All right, so to start out, I'm going to be talking about the First Lite Whitetail Catalyst. Obviously, I can't do a full review because I haven't had it out in the field yet, and I really try to use a product for a full season or close to it before giving final thoughts on it. But I wanted to do a first impressions video because I've had the traditional Catalyst softshell jacket, which has been around for probably 3 or 4 years now, which is a 2-layer softshell, meaning it doesn't have a laminate, which also means it's much quieter than pretty much every other softshell that I have ever felt. So first things first, this jacket sells for $260, which is not cheap by any means, but it is less expensive than the Solitude jacket or the Sanctuary jacket, and it's very competitively priced in its category, meaning from other technical hunting apparel brands. It is competitively priced for what it is. My plan for this upcoming season, when it's warmer temperatures, I'll probably have it in my pack in case I need just something to cut the wind just a little bit, or I need an additional layer to throw on when temperatures drop in the evening. So the temperature range I guess I would be talking about just wearing the jacket pretty much by itself with minimal layers would be in the 50s, maybe to the upper 40s. As the temperature decreases, my plan is to throw a couple more layers under it, and then as the temperatures decrease even more, before I'm ready to wear a full insulated kit, would be to wear this with the Solitude vest over top of it, which I'm very excited about, and I'm going to be doing a first impressions video of that coming up shortly. The advantage to using this type of system is just purely versatility. I think the more pieces you can break your system into, obviously the more strategically you're able to layer that system. So if you have a heavy insulated jacket, for example, the Sanctuary jacket, which is First Lite's warmest whitetail piece, there's nothing you can do to wear that piece or make it more useful in warm temperatures. Obviously, when it gets really, really cold, there's no substitute for a really heavily insulated jacket, but for the temperatures and conditions that I hunt in, where I hunt here in Pennsylvania, we're looking at temperatures from the 60s and 70s in the early season, basically down to the 30s by the time we reach that Thanksgiving time period where rifle season's going to kick off. Some other details and features of this jacket: it is only available in the Spectre Pattern, which if you haven't seen it, it's a great pattern, very similar to Fusion, kind of combines the best of both Fusion and Cypher. Definitely has a little more micro detail breakup than Fusion does, and the colors are a little more muted for the fall woods. So what's new about the Whitetail Catalyst jacket versus the previous version of the Catalyst jacket designed for Western hunting? First of all, like I said, it's available only in Spectre Pattern. Secondly, it's going to have the kit link pass-through system, meaning you will have pass-through pockets in your jacket right about here that will allow you to put your hands into a hand-warming pocket located on the bibs. This also allows it to integrate with the Solitude system and the new Sanctuary system, which has the same thing. So all of their whitetail-specific outerwear pieces are going to have that pass-through system, which I personally am a huge fan of. One other difference between this and the previous version of the Catalyst jacket is that the hand-warming pockets are lined with actual fabric and not just mesh, which is something that I wasn't crazy about on the previous version of this jacket. It also has a removable hood, which is great for early season. You might want a hood on to cut the wind when this is your outerwear piece, but when you start layering over top of it, maybe you want to take the hood off to allow for easier layering. This also has a safety harness pass-through on the back of the jacket. So if you're wearing a traditional safety harness, you can pass that through your jacket rather than running it out, especially when you're using the hood. That's an important feature. The bibs also cost $260. Again, obviously this is going to have the kit link pocket, which basically allows you to keep your hands warm and basically puts your hands on your chest as opposed to around your waist. It's got a very large zippered pocket right here for storage of larger items, grunt tube, cell phone, you name it. It's also going to have large cargo pockets on the pants, and these cargo pockets do have magnetic enclosures, which is a great improvement over past versions of this type of pocket system. I love these pockets, but the magnetic closure makes me feel a lot more secure about putting things in there, and as you can hear, it's still very quiet. Certainly not magnets that are going to get you busted if you accidentally let them snap. As on all First Lite bibs, these do have a zipper that goes all the way from the bottom of these pants all the way to the hip and can be completely detached and removed either for layering or for dumping heat. There's a double zipper up here so you can zip down or all the way up from the bottom, and it works either way. This is an incredible feature for putting these on when you already have boots on. You don't have to take your boots off to put bibs over top of them. And when I'm walking around in these type of pants, I will typically unzip around the hip to around the knee, which just lets heat escape until I'm settled in my tree stand and I want to start sealing in heat. And my plan is to wear these bibs basically when temperatures drop into the 40s, especially the low 40s. I don't like wearing bibs in warm weather, so I will probably be sticking with the Obsidian merino pants until temperatures start to really drop. To me, that's when a bib really shines. That design really helps to trap heat, and I will plan to layer under that as the season progresses into colder temperatures. So let's talk pros and cons of the entire system. As I mentioned before, this system is just pure versatility. If you could buy only one kit and you don't hunt in severely cold temperatures, like below 0 temperatures consistently, this kit can pretty much get you through the entire archery season. Starting in September or whenever your season opens, going all the way to November. If you had to, you could layer under this and you would never have to buy a more heavily insulated jacket. Something else I love about the design, this face fabric, speaking from past experience with the Catalyst soft shell system, is extremely smooth, extremely soft, and extremely water and wind resistant. Some other systems on the market have a fleece exterior, which is also great, but the fleece tends to pick up burrs. It also doesn't resist water quite as well. Even if the water doesn't make it through the jacket, that outer face fabric is going to soak with water. And on this type of 2-layer soft shell face fabric, it's simply not going to absorb water unless you get stuck in a heavy downpour for a long period of time. Just a couple disadvantages that I see. Again, I haven't taken this out into the field, but based on my experience with other products designed similarly, I'm not a huge fan of the Velcro system they use at the hips. Typically, I'm going to lock it into whatever fit I want based on what I think I'm going to be wearing underneath, and I'm not going to remove the Velcro because obviously that's very noisy once I enter the field. But personally, I would prefer a snap system or something that could be done quietly if absolutely necessary. Unfortunately, the Velcro, there's no quiet way to do it. So basically you set it and you're kind of stuck. And another con is just that it doesn't have a windproof membrane. There's certainly a game of give and take when it comes to layering, and so First Lite opted for a quieter jacket that breathes better, as opposed to a jacket with a laminate and a wind membrane that's going to be more wind resistant, but is going to be a lot noisier as well. Again, there's a trade-off with everything. You can't have a silent jacket that's waterproof and windproof, but if it's a very windy and cold day, this might not be your best option. So in conclusion, this basically incorporates more whitetail specific features, including the camo pattern, the pocketing, the pass-throughs, and the kit link system. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a full review after some use in the field, where I'll talk about my experience this season and give some more detailed thoughts on my experience with the product throughout the season.